New year, new blessings. You understand me? We made through a hell of a year. You understand? Anybody that ain't for you, anybody that's going against you, anybody that's goddamn, you understand me, ain't bringing no positive vibe. You know, in the words of Gucci, put that ass in the dirt. Damn! For sure, you did. And we go take a toast to that. You did.
Yella Breezy has had one of the craziest falls from grace we've ever seen. And we've just found out that the rapper is not doing too well after getting arrested for the brutal murder of Mo3. Now, it might have taken us 5 years to get here, and pretty much everybody kind of thought and figured that he had something to do with Mo3's murder. The police finally managed to put a case on him. So let's check it out. At about noon on November 11th, 2020, footage shows two cars speeding down the I-35 freeway up to North Dallas. The gold sedan carrying the victim, Mo3, is tracked down and cut off by the black Chevrolet Camry carrying the shooter. Mo3 stops his car in the middle of the road and scrambles over to the passenger seat in search of his strap, which he doesn't find. The shooter hops out of the black car and starts chasing Mo3 down the freeway through heavy traffic before unloading 9 bullets on him and returning to the car to make the escape. This insane execution shook up Dallas as Kewan White also caught an innocent bystander in the process.
A Dallas rapper was murdered outside of his car on I-35 near the Dallas Zoo. Hello, I'm Steve Eager.
I'm Heather Hayes. It is a stark example of the city's struggle to control violent crime. Police say the victim, a hip-hop musician named Mo3, was approached by the killer on I-35. Both men stopped their vehicles. The victim got out, took off, started running, but was shot several times on the highway. A bystander inside another vehicle was also hit. Police say that person did not suffer life-threatening injuries. Police are still looking for the shooter.
Mo3 was a member of the Bloods, and he grew up living that gang life. He was charged with 4 counts of aggravated robbery and sentenced to 45 years in prison before kids his age even make it into college. That 45-year sentence was reduced to a 10-year sentence, and he only served 2 of those years before being released on probation. His dad was one who encouraged him to pursue a career in rap music instead of dealing on the streets, and he did just that. But the streets never truly left him, and he got to beefing with a whole bunch of other Dallas rappers. Even as he rose in popularity, Mo3 originally came from the north side of Dallas and was gunned down on his way back up there. Mo3 allegedly spent the night on enemy territory at the house of a friend named Josie Banks. He had been in some sort of relationship with Josie for a couple of months at that point. There's a couple of versions of the story, but what we know for sure was that a dude named Devon Brown, who was Josie's baby daddy, was spying on him and fed the info to Kawan White, who did the act. Both Devon Brown and Kawan White were arrested in connection to the murder. Kawan was likely taken in on cell phone data, placing him at the scene of the crime, and Devon also got tapped for making a bunch of phone calls linked to the murder. But the two of them were small fishes in the case, as it was reported that White was paid $40,000 to carry out the hit, and Devon was also paid an undisclosed amount for the info on the drop. This was an organized assassination, and the players involved were fellow Dallas rappers Trap Boy Freddy, Go Yayo, and Yella Breezy. Coming up together with Mo3 in the rap scene, all of them were tight at one point, but the competition got fierce and the beef became bloody. Mo3 picked up a habit of calling out his ops on Instagram Live and pulling up looking for a conflict. This and a whole bunch of other issues would eventually get all them rappers to turn against each other, and would eventually get all them rappers to turn against him. So when 3 got put down, fans knew his ops in Dallas were the ones who did it. People just weren't sure which one. Trap Boy Freddy was on the scene mere moments later at the same freeway that Mo3 got popped, seemingly mocking his death by asking his viewers what was causing all that traffic.
Man, whoever got the freeway blocked out need to get y'all together, dog. God, Nick ain't get on the freeway. Man, Law got the freeway blocked off all the way on Polk, dog. The f they got going? I got the young boy with me too, nigga. Yeah. Slack. What's that? Yeah. I got my brothers.
And at the same time, he also posted a bunch of RIPs to his homies. And all of that pointed to the fact that allegedly he might know just a little bit more about Mo3's murder. Goyayo also posted subliminals on his Facebook page. And when a fan wowed out by saying he wished he died instead of Mo3, Goyayo responded by saying he's gonna live forever. One of Mo3's few friends in the rap game is Beezy. And when he showed up in Dallas to pay tribute to his fallen G, he got shot as well. But fortunately, thank God, it was only in his leg.
Well, tonight we have confirmed that rapper Beezy was shot in Dallas. That word coming from Mo3's manager, Brandon Rainwater, but he didn't give us any more details. Police say someone called 911 and reported the shooting at Big T Bazaar earlier this afternoon. But when officers arrived, they didn't find anything. They did say someone later turned up in a nearby hospital with a gunshot wound. However, they don't know if it's related. TMZ is reporting that the Louisiana rapper was in fact shot in the leg and is being treated at a hospital. Beezy was among the hundreds of family and friends who attended last night's candlelight vigil for Dallas rapper Mo3. Mo3 was driving on I-35 around noon Wednesday when police say a man jumped out of a separate car with a gun. The 28-year-old got out and ran, but was shot on the freeway and later died. So far, there has been no arrest in Mo3's murder, and police do not have any suspects.
But regardless, the message was clear. If you with Mo3, then you a target too. The last rapper tied to the murder was Yella Breezy. Breezy was turning out to be one of the biggest rap acts out of Dallas alongside Mo3. He had multiple hits and collabs with such artists as 2 Chainz, Lil Wayne, Chris Brown, Quavo, Gucci Mane, Young Thug, T.I., Lil Baby, and so on and so on. He also frequently collaborated with Dallas rappers like Trap Boy Freddy and Go Yayo, both of whom was Mo3's ops. The beef with 3 started around 2017 over a small issue, but as usual and unfortunately, it escalated into a big blood feud, and both sides allegedly carried out public shootings. Yella Breezy's reaction to Mo3's death would be the most ominous. In a New Year's post, he says he gonna put anybody that's not messing with him in the dirt.
Hey man, new year, new blessings. You understand me? We made it through a hell of a year. You understand? Anybody that ain't for you, anybody that's going against you, anybody that's goddamn negative, you understand me, ain't bringing no positive vibe. You know, in the words of Gucci, put that ass in the dirt. Damn! For sure, you did. And we gonna take a toast to that.
Given the fact that Beezy is the most successful rapper out of all them Dallas dudes, a lot of people made the connection that he was probably the only one who would be able to pay for the hit. On top of that, photos emerged of Beezy hanging out with Kawan White in the past, suggesting that Beezy at the very least knew Mo3's in person. But despite the pictures, both Beezy and Kawan White denied knowing anything about each other. The police did keep a closer eye on Beezy though, and he eventually got arrested for possession of a controlled substance found in his car. Beezy, however, got released from prison because the charges didn't stick. According to Beezy, the cops mistook hand sanitizer for drugs, and that the police were desperate to arrest him.
I went to jail and got arrested for hand sanitizer, not no drugs, bro. Let me tell you how desperate they is just to make an arrest. Like the homie got a brand hand sanitizer that looked like drink, but it say hand sanitizer on her. You know, just like how the girls got the eyelashes in the pill jar, but she got hand sanitizer in a drink bottle, and it say hand sanitizer on her. Police weren't trying to hear. They thought I was trying to cover up everything. Like, so they took me to jail over hand sanitizer, and the only reason they was able to charge me with the guns is because of the drug. You know what I'm saying? The girl even she brought cases to the jail and her LSC and was trying to show them like it was paper. They weren't trying to hear it. They just wanted to just make a risk. So they got to run labs and everything. So that's why they charged me with it. With a felony right now, it's an unknown felony or whatever that is, so that's why I went to jail. I'm the first rapper that went to jail over hand sanitizer.
And even with all that going on, Yella Breezy and Trap Boy Freddy continue to mock and disrespect Mo3 even in his death.
That was the only thing that brought his ass alive. He had to talk about us every week. He talking about something about us. That's how I go, bro. And I'm pretty much, I'm dog eat dog. You say something about my mom, I'm gonna say something about your mom. You say something about my partner, I'm gonna say something about your partner. You say something about me, I'm gonna say something about you. It don't matter when, where, how. Oh, Trap Boy wrong, he dissing the dead. Y'all just dropped the whole CD dissing my dead partner. What the hell wrong with y'all? Like, that's like the in the world, fool. Like, I don't wanna hear that. Like, and I'm gonna show you something.
Everyone thought Mo3's case was pretty much wrapped up in terms of new suspects and names, which is precisely why when Yella Breezy got arrested in March 2025, a ton of people were shocked. Breezy was arrested and charged with capital murder and conspiracy to commit murder amongst a bunch of other charges. The charges has Breezy staring down the barrel of a life sentence without parole or even a death sentence, since there ain't nothing more serious than a capital charge. Beezy has since spent 8 days inside Dallas County Jail before his bond hearing in front of a judge. His original bond was set at $2 million, and the prosecution wanted to keep it there while his defense attorneys wanted it slashed to $250,000. Thank you to his grandmother, a retired clerk who worked at that specific courthouse, testifying in favor of her grandson, Beezy.
You agree with me that your grandson is substantially well off, correct?
He might used to be, but if he could make a $2 million bond, he'd be out.
Would you agree with me, though, that there's a difference between can, want to, and choosing not to?
I'm aware of all of those things, but I know he don't want to be in here, so I know if he could afford it, he'd be out. Plus, he has other bills. He don't just have money laying around.
Sure.
The bond eventually did get reduced to $750,000 due to no hard evidence and being presented by the prosecution, and on the condition that Breezy don't interact with any potential witnesses either directly or indirectly. His grandmother's testimony did paint a picture though, and folks now starting to think maybe Breezy really broke for real. Since getting released, Breezy has been seen performing at a nightclub in Arizona on April 3rd, and people talking about him needing to get his bread up so he can pay those lawyer fees. Other than that, Breezy has been keeping things low-key. No doubt that 8 days in Dallas County Jail was already enough to get him feeling some kind of way. But he ain't out the woods yet. A long trial is still on the way, and Kawan White, the dude who allegedly chased Mo3 down the freeway and put 9 holes in him, has been talking. He sat down for an interview, and he too was feeling some kind of way after spending a couple of years in jail on a 9-year sentence tied to a separate gun charge.
Shit, chilling.
Shit, how you feeling?
Shit, I mean, ain't no way to feel shit. It's just gotta wait to the end. I ain't gotta go all the way to show, you know. Gotta go all the way, man. Nobody know what happened.
Now, you could say that a man who's involved in an open murder case should not be talking about the situation on the podcast, right? Any sensible lawyer would easily argue the same, right? But what White was saying is that he just sounded like he just gave up and just waiting for his life sentence.
Right, you gotta go. So now you gotta go all the way with the 3 situation now, right?
Yeah.
So what the?
It's over with though. It's over with for sure though. But you know, it is what it is, man. It's life.
What you mean it's over with for you, or what you mean is like what you think you still coming home?
Oh, that's over with.
Oh, that's over with. So what made you give up?
It's just over with, man.
Right.
You know, sometimes you just gotta accept life for what it is.
And then at this point, some people had started to wonder if he started snitching on anybody else that was involved in the case. But when Kiwan was asked about this, he implied that the info that he has on the other guys is so good that if he wanted to, he would have been home in protective custody by now.
I haven't been to the county. That's all I gotta say.
I know you haven't. I know you haven't.
Why wait this long, bro? Why wait this long? I could have been home. On protected custody, rich by now from the government and everything. But you know how I'm still here. I'm still going through hell.
He says he feels alone at the moment and that he has no friends or family. That means he's pretty much just realizing that the dudes he did a favor for on the streets ain't loyal to him at all. Whoever paid him to do the deed must have stopped paying him, and he is finding out the hard way. There ain't no loyalty on these streets.
I don't got nobody. I got a little couple of family to make sure I'm good when they can, but I don't got nobody.
So you mean so that means you ain't telling then, right?
Hell no.
That's what I'm saying. Like you ain't telling. That's what I'm saying. But we all know who's telling.
That's why I said that to you. That's why you gotta pay attention to how I'm talking to you. That's why I said in so many words. I got to go all the way to show everybody the real.
Right. You got to go all the way now to show everybody the motherfucking real. And like that's what I said in our last interview. That everybody's gonna be fucking shocked.
Both Kiwan and Breezy sound like they are cooked, done, ready to serve. And in Breezy's case, it's much sadder because this is a double platinum artist who is supposed to be representing Dallas to the fullest. See, the reality of that street life means that it could cost Dallas now 2 of their brightest and biggest stars, Mo3 being killed, and Breezy staring down a life sentence. But still a long way to go though. And you know us, we'll keep our ear to the ground. And you know what you can do? Keep your comments coming. Comment, like, and share, and I will see you on the next one. Peace and blessings.